Hi, in my earlier video on healing scoliosis, I explained how the fascia is instrumental in creating a scoliotic condition. When we are stressed, our fascia tightens. Now, our fascia is an omnipresent, interconnected tissue that remodels itself to help one manage and deal with the demands of one's environment. Those of us who grew up in adverse childhood conditions lived bathed in high levels of stress hormones like cortisol. Cortisol, in particular, detrimentally affects the fascia by decreasing the production of collagen, a key component in fascial tissues. This leads to reduced elasticity and flexibility in the fascia. Cortisol makes our fascia rigid. Besides the right setting of peace and safety, the fascia also needs the right type of nutrients to heal and regenerate. Scoliosis can only improve when our fascia becomes flexible and elastic. Even the best physical therapy will be ineffective if we don't provide the right nutrition for fascial healing. Massage and other forms of structural manipulation need smooth, supple fascia. However, we don't need expensive medicine and supplements to heal our mind and body. What's needed is good, wholesome, natural foods and drinks that nourish, revitalize, and soothe our fascial system. The fascia can be divided into a solid part and a liquid part. The solid part consists of fibrous proteins, mostly collagen, and the liquid part is a water-binding gel known as hyaluronic acid. This solid and liquid part is collectively called the extracellular matrix. Hyaluronic acid, the gel-like liquid between the layers of body fascia, acts as a lubricant that helps the fascia stay hydrated and facilitates the gliding between different fascial layers and between fascia and muscle. When one is stressed, the hyaluronic acid dries up. Dried up fascia becomes knotted, clumpy, sticky and tight. These knots are called fascial adhesions. Fascia adhesions can cause pain, stiffness, restrictive movement, cramping and muscle spasms. Fascial adhesions restrict blood supply and damage the nerves. Healthy fascia is slippery and supple. It glides over the tissue it surrounds. This enables the blood vessels and nerve endings to function efficiently, transmitting sensations and nerve signals to and from the brain, thus facilitating the smooth functioning of our brain-body system. Unhealthy fascia is sticky and stuck with its adjacent muscle tissue, so it's unable to glide. As a result, the nerve endings can't sense any changes except for the constant pain due to the impingement of the nerves in the sticky fascial tissue. Nutrients like vitamin C, silica, amino acids, and copper are essential for collagen synthesis. Diets that lack these nutrients may negatively impact the body's collagen and hyaluronic acid production, which affects not just fascial health but our overall health. Recent studies have shown how unhealthy fascia can precipitate serious health conditions like cancer. Check out Helen Langevins' work on the role of connective tissue in cancer and other health conditions. Almost all diseases known to mankind have one thing in common: inflammation. We have to eat foods that are naturally anti-inflammatory and avoid foods that trigger inflammation. Being mindful of what we eat can jumpstart the recovery and revitalization of our connective tissue. The right diet and proper nutrition are key to healing our mind and bodies. According to my research, the crucial nutrients for healthy fascia are vitamin C, helps the body produce collagen and some neurotransmitters. It is key to reducing inflammation and is vital for healing. Vitamin D is necessary for bones, muscles and fascia. It plays a role in calcium absorption, muscle contraction, strength and performance. Adequate levels of vitamin D support fascial integrity and flexibility. Amino acids, especially proline and glycine. Amino acids are crucial for the growth and repair of body tissues. The three micro minerals needed are sulfur, calcium, magnesium. And the three trace minerals that are essential for fascia are zinc, copper, silica. I won't go into what diet to follow, whether keto, paleo, vegan or carnivore. I get confused listening to these so-called experts. One says eat veggies, another says only eat meat. Whatever diet you follow, be cognizant of the above mentioned vitamins, minerals and nutrients. Personally, I want to enjoy the pleasures of eating. Like, what's the point of moment by moment stressing about individual food items? Don't eat tomatoes because they have lectins, or gluten is bad for health. So don't eat bread. Yes, the factory made bread is rubbish. These breads have unhealthy extras like fats, sugars, salt, and other toxic preservatives and additives, and it's less nutritious. Now, if I want to eat bread, I bake my own or go down to the local bakery and buy a fresh loaf. I eat both veg and non-veg. Being Indian, I eat carbs a lot. Rice has been my staple since childhood. I still eat white sugar in moderation, but now more and more I opt for honey or jaggery. I drink occasionally, but now I check the labels. Even alcoholic drinks have colors and other additives to make them more appealing and shelf stable. Since the last 2 years, these are the 10 things I mindfully practice. I cook my meals from scratch. No ultra-processed store-bought sauces, breads, chips, juices, ice cream, cheese, bread, cookies or chocolates. Many of these products have high fructose corn syrup, which is very bad. They also have seed oils, which damage your gut and trigger inflammation. Third, they have additives, preservatives, colors, and emulsifiers. All these subtract anything good in the food you are ingesting. I've begun eating and drinking fermented foods. My daily must-haves are fermented cabbage, which is high in sulfur and vitamin C, and fermented beets, which is rich in nitric oxide, iron, magnesium, vitamin C, and copper. Furthermore, fermented foods improve the gut microbiome. Our gut microbiome impacts everything from our immune system, skin, fascia, and also our brain function. Major neurotransmitters like serotonin, dopamine, and GABA, critical to our mood and mental health, are produced by our gut. I've shared quite a few shots on fermented drinks I make. One of my favorites is the fermented hibiscus drink. Basically, any fruit, vegetable or edible flour can be fermented. Just mix the flour, a little ginger, some honey in a jar of water for a day or two and voila, you have a nice sparkly drink. Since bamboo leaves are rich in silica, which is needed for collagen, I now add bamboo leaves to my rice when cooking. I know it works because my hair stopped falling since having bamboo rice. Check out the link below on the benefits of bamboo. I've stopped using refined seed oil. The data irrefutably suggests that most modern refined vegetable oils are toxic. They are one of the main drivers of long-term inflammatory damage. I've now switched to coconut oil, ghee, butter, lard or tallow. I've stopped using table salt. Table salt has been stripped of its natural minerals during the refining process, and it contains additives like anti-caking agents. Some of these common anti-caking agents contain aluminium, which is potentially carcinogenic and can accumulate in the brain, leading to neurological diseases like Alzheimer's. I use natural sea salt. Eating twice a day. Constant snacking on ultra-processed foods, sugars, carbs means constant insulin spikes that can cause inflammation in the body. Intermittent fasting can help reduce inflammation in connective tissue and can help unglue sticky fascia. Avoiding plastic as much as possible. I've thrown out my plastic water bottles and plastic cutting board. Cutting boards are dicey. When you cut veggies or meat, you also cut off pieces of plastic, which are then mixed into your food. Non-stick pans and microwave ovens, too, are a no-no. As far as possible, I only use glass or stainless steel. I drink water stored in a copper tumbler daily. Copper is needed for collagen. Alternately, I drink water from a clay pot. Water stored in brass, copper or earthen pots becomes alkaline. An alkaline environment is an ideal environment for the fascia. In an overly acidic environment, fascia loses its ability to retain water and becomes brittle and susceptible to injury. Avoid unnecessary pain medications, drugs, alcohol, and smoking. Eating sugar is bad, but artificial sugar is even worse. So, do your research when opting for any artificial man-made food item or medicine. Check and cross-check whether the benefits outweigh the risks. Opt for dates if you crave something sweet. Dates are high in fiber and good for the gut and constipation. They are loaded with vitamins and minerals and are rich in polyphenols. Polyphenols reduce inflammation in the body. At the age of 57, besides scoliosis, I don't have any other lifestyle disease. I'm fit and agile. I eat the food I cook with enough of the so-called healthy spices like turmeric, pepper, ginger, and garlic. I've also begun eating moringa, which is abundantly available where I live. Moringa contains vitamins and essential amino acids that can help boost collagen synthesis. I make sure I get adequate sun for natural vitamin D. The ground rule to eating healthy is cooking your meals and eating locally available food. Every place has its own superfood or super plant. Eat that rather than choosing something that is produced in a faraway land that has gone through processing and deterioration by the time it reaches you. Remember, all of us have our own unique gut microbiome that helps us digest and convert food into the nutrients we need. The Asian gut microbiome allows me to eat carbohydrate-dense food, while the Inuit tribe in the Arctic region survives mainly eating meat and hardly any carbohydrate. So let's not become crazy orthorexics, overly obsessed with healthy eating, counting, measuring, analyzing every food item you eat. Even when something is healthy, too much of the good thing can be toxic. The key rule is avoiding ultra-processed food in general. Of course, you are allowed an occasional treat. Remember, what you eat matters, but what matters most is your mindset. You must have heard of the placebo effect. If you believe something is nutritious and has healing properties, it can have a positive effect on your body. Dr. Alia Crum, an expert on mindset and beliefs, discovered that our bodies physiologically respond differently to food depending on how we view it. Our mindset influences and shapes every aspect of our lives. You become what you think and believe. Check out my fermented hibiscus flower drink